take an opportunity to thank not only the mayor, but the entire city of Sacramento for putting an emphasis on education. And I want to thank the Broad Foundation for their support and having faith in us. Faith gives us hope, and I think that our future is strong and looking stronger as we're doing this. I just wish I was going to be hanging around a little bit longer and to be a part of it, but I'm excited about it, and I need to tell you that we have to perform partnerships, many partnerships, and probably the one partnership that I think is the best, most, and the biggest and strongest is that with families. We have to promote education and learning and supporting the young people so that they'll be successful for this world as they grow and they take over and they run it. So our job is to make sure that happens. We need to form and forge those relationships, and with the foundation that Stand Up is providing, I think that's going to happen, and I'm very excited to be a part of it. Thank you.
And our last speaker is Erica, and she's the one that has brought the check with her. So when she comes up, I want to make sure that we give her a standing ovation. Perfect. She represents the Eli and Edith Broad Foundation. And again, without their generosity, a $500,000 commitment, we would not be able to add additional resources to our school district. For them to invest in our community is very, very significant. So, Erica.
Thank you, Mayor Johnson. In this world of technology and electronics, I have a virtual check, which is being wire transferred, I think, as we speak. It's my pleasure to be here on behalf of the Eli and Edith Broad Foundation. Our interest is in seeing dramatic student growth, dramatic urban student growth across this country, and reductions in chronic income and ethnic achievement gaps. That's our interest. But for far too long, for decades now, far too many urban schools have been performing abysmally. Unfortunately, this city is not outside of that envelope of schools, and nor is Los Angeles, where we are based. So these problems are inherent in urban school districts across the country. For example, as you may know, 70% of American 8th graders cannot read proficiently right now. 70% of American 8th graders cannot read proficiently, and research shows that most of them will never catch up. So if you let that sink in. Frankly, with our competitor nations pulling past us with respect to student achievement, we don't have time anymore to try our what we've done for decades, which is incremental growth in schools and trying to change pieces of schools and things here and there. We really need bold changes that allow our teachers to succeed, that bring the best and brightest folks into schools, and that ultimately support our students and give them a chance to succeed. We're always on the lookout for strong leadership that's willing to make this happen and take on the challenge of improving schools citywide. And we have found that here in Sacramento with this mayor and with the educational leadership you see in front of you. It is only in those cities where folks have the skills and experience and the leadership are willing to take on what those challenges really mean. And this is difficult work, and it is political capital that's being expended here in Sacramento to make this a citywide priority so that all parents, students, and ultimately the community benefits. We're excited that this city has decided to tell a different story than the one I just started with, and we're pleased to provide $500,000 in support. And we do expect that others are going to get interested across the country in what's going on here in Sacramento in the years to come. I just want to end by saying, you know, there's a growing trend in the United States of mayors stepping up and being willing to put their name on the line and provide their leadership and use the bully pulpit and bring in resources and coordinate citywide services and the types of things that you'll hear Mayor Johnson talking about here. We're starting to see this in the United States, but enough years have passed that there is research that does show that several things happen when mayors step up and provide this type of coordinated leadership across the city's educational entities. Those results look like this. First of all, student achievement rises. Second of all, fiscal management improves. Third of all, and this one might hit home especially right now, the federal government and others with resources to provide are more likely to provide that support. And then finally, local economic development, it has been shown by research to grow. This is a win-win situation. I think all of you would agree. So that said, with the type of smart citywide transformation that the folks behind me are thinking of doing, we're really looking forward to seeing what happens in the years to come. And I know that we join many other organizations across the country that are keeping Sacramento front and center in our minds as an example of bold national education reform. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. That concludes our comments. If the media or anyone has any questions, we'll be glad to address them really quickly. If not, they have school districts to run, and children need to learn. So, any questions? Going once, going twice? All right, thank you.